Hi, this is Matthew Nilsson, and this is my passion speech for Online Fundamentals of Speech. Here are my 5 living, breathing, happy audience members. And I would like to thank all of you for coming out tonight to be audience members, and I'd like to thank all of my fellow students online who are watching this on YouTube. And the passion I'm going to speak about tonight is politics and government. And it's been my biggest passion for the last few years, and is and will be for the rest of my life, hopefully. And I first got involved in politics in 2008 during the 2008 presidential campaign. Unfortunately, I was unable to vote at that point because I was too young, but I still got involved wherever I could. I was a member of my Young Republicans Club in my high school and got involved volunteering for a few things with the presidential campaign. And as many of you, at least in the room, can attest to, while you're all playing Angry Birds or checking your Twitter feeds on your phones and computers, I'm in the corner checking CNN and the New York Times for the latest polling updates, and it's become kind of a little bit of a sickness. And if I could show you guys and the students watching online, my room at home, unlike most 20-year-olds' rooms who have pictures of rock bands on the wall, I have presidential campaign posters and pictures I've had with politicians, and on my bookshelf it's lined with political memoirs and biographies, and I'd rather sit down with a book about the Battle of Bunker Hill or an autobiography about Dwight Eisenhower or George Washington than keep up with the March Madness basketball games or who Tim Tebow got traded to. And as I said in my intro speech in this class, I'm a public policy major at Southeastern. And when I first came to Southeastern, I was focused on going on to dental surgery to become an oral surgeon after my undergraduate. And I was going to originally study psychology here at Southeastern, but halfway through my freshman year, Dr. Snyder notified me that they were opening up a public policy program here. I originally wanted a school with a political science degree, but God led me Southeastern anyway, and thankfully, in the end, I got the best of both worlds. And since I've had an excellent education here and I've had a lot of great opportunities to meet with political leaders and get involved in internships. Over the past 2 years, I've had 2 internships. One this past summer was with Congressman Charlie Dent, who represents the 15th District of Pennsylvania. And working for Congressman Dent, I worked as a constituent services representative. And every congressman or senator's office, whether at the federal or state level, has constituent services workers. And it's a type of glorified social work position. And we help people from everything from helping a veteran get his VA benefits check that didn't come in the mail like it should have, to helping people with immigration and visas, to hearing opinion calls and listening to people rant about how much they hate Congress and are mad that there's a pothole on the interstate that the congressman isn't fixing. And that was really an enlightening opportunity for me because I was able to see that what congressmen and women do and their offices do as well, their staffers, when they're not in DC. They actually are in their offices helping people solve everyday problems. And I currently have an internship as well with Congressman Dennis Ross, who represents the 12th District of Florida, which includes Lakeland and all of Polk County, parts of Hillsborough, Pinellas, and part of Kissimmee as well. And for Congressman Ross, I serve as a legislative analyst and outreach correspondent. And what I do for him is we get a vast majority and vast array of letters, calls, and emails each day from constituents who have opinions about legislation or questions and want to know where Congressman Ross stands on XYZ legislation. And it's my job to read the legislation, analyze it, and draft a letter giving a brief summary and overview of what it says and where Congressman Ross stands and why he believes what he believes. And when I'm not interning, my biggest passion right now has been the 2012 presidential campaign. As you can see, I am an ardent Mitt Romney supporter, and I'm not afraid to wear a shirt like this in public. And I've had the opportunity to volunteer with his campaign extensively, thankfully in Florida. And I had the honor of working in the war room on the Tuesday night of primaries for the state of Florida. And for those of you who don't know what a war room is, if you've ever seen any political movies or TV shows or documentaries or anything, on election night, it's the big room where everyone is sitting around computers and telephones and taking calls and calling all the precincts for the polling information and data. And it's very high tension, high stress, but it was a lot of fun because Governor Romney and his family were in there with us, and when he won, everybody's giving high fives and shaking hands, and it was a great opportunity to even sit down and talk with him during a few of the breaks we had. And when I'm not volunteering, like I said before, hooked to my phone and the political apps I have on there, or I'm watching the GOP debates on TV, or President Obama's State of the Unions, everything that makes 75% of the United States either fall asleep or they change the channel immediately if they happen to fall on the wrong channel. But it's been my passion for a long time. It currently is my biggest passion that I have, and I hope that it remains my passion for the rest of my life. I hope to get a career in this field, and I can't think of anything else I'd rather do for the rest of my life. And again, I thank you all for coming out tonight and hearing my speech.
Yeah.